I'm craving noodles today. But there's a problem. Instant noodles don't exactly scream a healthy, balanced meal. The main problem is their high sodium content and the artificial flavors, preservatives, and other additives, which can be harmful to our health if consumed in excess. And on top of that, they're also typically low in essential nutrients such as fiber, protein, vitamins, and minerals, which are necessary for maintaining optimal health. But instead of feeling guilty about craving and indulging in your favorite instant noodles, let's try to find a way to make it work. I'm up for a challenge. Because listen, as a dietitian, I know that having a healthy diet does not mean only eating unprocessed foods. A healthy diet is finding a way to balance food that will functionally nourish you most of the time, while being able to include foods that will feed your soul if you want to. However, it's so important to know that you need to consume processed foods in moderation. And if you do choose to have processed food, to balance them with a variety of other nutrient-dense foods to maintain a healthy and balanced diet. So stick with me and I'll show you how we can make instant noodles a part of our healthy and well-balanced diet with these 2 simple steps. Step 1 is to take a look at your other meals throughout the day. By balancing out your other meals with unprocessed whole foods like lean protein, vegetables, fruits, and whole grains, you'll be able to make room for those beloved instant noodles. Step 2 is to try to make your favorite instant noodles healthier by adding in the nutrients that instant noodles lack, like lean protein, vegetables, fiber, vitamins, minerals. And this way you can turn this guilty pleasure into a more well-balanced meal. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this, and I'm going to make a vegan version and a non-vegan version. I'll start with the vegan one. But first things first, the star player of the show, the noodles. Now, I was looking into the best instant noodles, but obviously it's impossible to agree on the best instant noodles since there's so many. However, I found an article in the New York Times in which they listed the best instant noodles according to cookbook authors, chefs, and ramen fanatics. So if you're interested, I'm leaving a link to this article in my description box. For this video, I'm using some of the OG brands like Nissin, which is a Japanese brand, and Nongshim, which is from Korea. Did you know instant noodles were invented in Japan in 1958 by Momofuku Ando, who was a businessman looking for a way to provide a quick and easy meal for the people who were struggling to afford food after World War II. And so the brand Nissin Food Products was born. Now let's make our vegan, more well-balanced instant noodle bowl. We'll start with what this bowl of noodles is missing. And by the way, here's a quick but very important tip, which is to first pre-boil the noodles and throw the water you used out, because this water contains a lot of the unhealthy additives found in instant noodles. This way, you'll be left with just the noodles themselves, which we can use to create our well-balanced meal. Tell me, have you ever read the ingredient list of my instant noodle bag? But look, on this channel, it's all about balance, which is the way to successfully stick to a healthier lifestyle long term. Hit that like button if you agree. Now back to our noodles. Let's go over our current nutritional value. It already comes with a bag of seasoning, which also contains fats, so we're covered for the fat source part. And since the noodles are a carb source, we can come to the conclusion that what instant noodles are missing is lean protein and vegetables. So let's add protein and vegetables to create our more well-balanced meal. By the way, fun fact, did you know that instant noodles are consumed most in South Korea, followed by Indonesia and Vietnam? In fact, did you know that South Koreans consume an average of 74 packets per person per year? Now, they are some hardcore fans, and I hope they're watching this video. If you're South Korean and you're watching this video, let me know in the description box. Back to our instant noodles. Let's aim to make a meal of 30 grams of vegan protein and 200 grams of vegetables. This will make this meal suitable for fat loss and muscle specifically too. But very important, if you're currently trying to lose some weight and body fat, you need to know that instant noodles can vary a whole lot calorie-wise. Most of the times, just a bag of instant noodles range between 300 and 600 calories, which depends on the size and seasoning. Just make sure to check the labels since this can differ per brand. This way you'll make sure you'll stick to your calorie budget. And just so you know, I have a video going more in depth in which ingredients to use to lose body fat specifically, which I will link up here for you for if you're interested. Let's start with our vegan instant noodles. To include 30 grams of vegan protein, we can do two things. Option 1 is to use tofu. I'm using 150 grams. Next up are vegetables. We're going for 200 grams of vegetables, so I'm using 100 grams of spinach, 50 grams of mushrooms, and 50 grams of spring onion. This will create a meal of 695 calories and 34 grams of protein. The only thing missing is lime in my personal opinion. Oh, and some fresh herbs too. So let's add cilantro, but you could go for any fresh herbs. Option 2 is to only make the noodles with 200 grams of vegetables, like 100 grams of spinach, 50 grams of mushrooms, and 50 grams of spring onions. And for the protein part, we can make a small protein shake made with water and 20 grams of high quality vegan protein powder like this one. This will give us a total of 595 calories and 30 grams of protein. Now, let's make the non-shim instant noodles. And by the way, if you're liking this video so far, don't forget to subscribe for more balanced and healthy eating tips and tricks. As a protein source, I'll go for 70 grams of chicken breast. Now, let's add some vegetables. I found these super cute tiny bok choy, so I'm using 100 grams. I'm also adding 50 grams of spinach and 50 grams of spring onion. Together, this will give us a meal of 630 calories and 30 grams of protein. Amazing! And again, the only thing that's missing are some fresh herbs and, in my personal opinion, some lime. Now, a problem you might run into when building healthy meals from scratch is not knowing which ingredients to include to create a well-balanced dish. With so many different foods out there, it can be very overwhelming to know where to start. And that is why you want to click on the screen to get to this next video in which I'll teach you my 4 easy steps framework, which is the healthy food hack that changed the way I cooked forever. An absolute must-see. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next one. Chips. Noodles.